Okay, so this is gonna be how to basically use websites, the internet, like just how to basically use it. So this right here is Google Chrome. It's a browser. Um, you'll either see it at the bottom or it'll be like, oops, get all this stuff out the way. It'll be like over here an emblem like this, or Microsoft Edge, or I think Dad might use Firefox. But anyways, you can use any one of those, and they all pretty much work the same. So, what I mean by that is you want to just look for a few basic things. Um, and I'll kind of like talk about it all, the best I can in a way I can think of. But pretty much, this right here is where you enter in websites or just search. And I usually just search because I don't even feel like typing in the website. So, if I wanted to just search anything like cats, if I just type tap cats, it'll bring up cats. Or if I search up cups, it'll bring up cups. So I'm just typing right here, backspace, kicking on it, and just backspacing and typing whatever I want. Cars, take me to cars, all that. So that's how this works right here, this top part. That'll work like that for all websites. And just for now, we'll just focus on this, right? And this is just your search bar or your website bar, whatever you want to call it. So whenever you go to a website, like let's say I just did want to go to google.com, right? I'll come here or facebook.com, whatever. You would type that up here and you would type it in, right? google.com. You don't have to put the www dot. And you just hit enter. And then you'll get to a home page. And your home pages are pretty much all going to have the same loadout. If you end up clicking on something that you didn't want to click on, like over there, I clicked on some AI stuff. Oh, I didn't want to click on the AI stuff. I just come back over here to the back button, which is this button right here at the top. It's a back arrow. If I just click on that, then it'll take me back. This right here just popped up because what I'm doing is using a screenshot tool, but don't worry about that. This won't pop up for you. So just exit out of this. So anyways, this is also a search bar. Most websites will have a search bar. You'll know it's a search bar because it has a magnifying glass. You see right here, it has a magnifying glass right here. So pretty much it'll either be in the middle, usually at the top. At the top is where all your main stuff is going to be is at the top. So you got your search bar, website bar, your back arrow, your forward arrow, your refresh, just in case you want to try to reload the page. And then you have your main home pages. So your main home pages are all going to have a few things, like I was telling you. It's going to have a thing to help you like navigate to certain stuff, and then it'll have your profile. So you'll see right here, this is to navigate right here. That's to navigate. And then over here is your profile stuff. So we want it to navigate. It'll usually be like this. If it has like these 3 by 3 dots, 9 dots, people call that a waffle, or it may look like 3 lines that are going across, 3 lines going up. Or it may just, if it's a certain brand, it may have a specific symbol already for it, like that's a part of the brand. So if the brand has like a bunch of triangles, then it'll be a triangle or something like that, right? This right here, your profile thing, it could be a picture if you have one, or it could be just like a little symbol that kind of looks like a person, or a keyhole, I guess is how it looks, but it looks like a little bathroom symbol. So if you click on this, your profile, it'll help you manage your account. So manage your account is going to be like, if you want to go to your settings is always going to be a gear. If you need help to figure out how to do stuff, you can click on this. But if you, let's go to settings for your account and things like that. So it'll be like parental controls, things like that, or if you want to change your name or your address, things like that, depending on what type of website it is and things like that. Um, Other settings like what the layout of it is, things like that. It's just basic settings and things like that, right? cool little stuff. I've never even messed with this before, but let me change that back anyways. And like you see here too, whenever I'm clicking on stuff, usually things have a reset button to where you can just reset it to what it usually was. That's usually going to be defined as a default. So, but anyways, while I look through all that, um, let me go back up here. I don't know if you saw that little blue circle that keeps popping up next to the arrow. That just means that things are kind of loading on the website, or that it's waiting for something to load. I might have something in the background that's loading or processing, and it's probably the screen recorder thing right here. And this, you see how this is a gear thing right here? Look, gears for settings. These are all my settings and things like that. This is for my laptop though. So you see I have a speaker right here, headphones and things like that, accounts, all that. And you see right here, look, a profile. Look, see it has like a little thing that looks like a bathroom symbol, a little head, little body kind of thing. I don't have a picture for it, so it's just going to be this default kind of symbol. And that's how you're going to get the profiles. Now, another thing too to point out is how every window has an X or a box like this or a dash like this. The dash means it's going to take it away. It's not gone forever. I can just click back on this. It'll come back up. This box right here means to full screen it. Now you notice this box has now another little tiny box behind it, or like a little thing around it. That means to minimize it. So now it's going to be a little window like this, which you can take around and move around like this. You know, if I was full screen, I'd do the same thing. Just grab it from the top. Just click and drag and from the top will let it already do this. Or if you want to exit out of it, you would hit this X, which I don't want to do, so I'm not going to do that. But anyways, like I say, you see the concepts, the count, boom, or this waffle thing. And like we went through here with this account, we saw that the gear was the settings. Well, also on the laptop, the gear is also settings, but the gear is also how I end up getting to my profile. Like you can see right here, another profile thing, right? And this is my email. That's actually right here at Google, right? And you'll see that when you set up whatever you're setting up, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need an email, which I'll show you too how to do that. But more likely, probably Dad's going to give you something already set up and all that to where you can just worry about the browser, which, like we said, is Firefox, Google Chrome right here, or Microsoft Edge right here. Now, let's actually go to a website. Don't worry about any of this stuff right now. I'll tell you that in like maybe another video. But let's go to like an actual website, or let's look up something. Or for an example, I'll show you my email. These are known as tabs. If I want to add another one, you just click right here and it'll add another tab. Oh, and if you know X, X. If I want to exit out of something, like what do we say? You just hit the X. Okay. You notice too, this same little circle right here is also up here. So that must mean this is also a profile settings. And what do you know? It's a profile thing, right? See, it's got my picture, my same email. These are other things you can do. And then what does it say? Notice how it's got a gear? What do we think that is? Probably going to be some type of settings thing to where we can manage something or change something. So that's what you can see right here. Since I don't need this, we're going to hit X to X out of it. That's just like an example of what I mean. See how you start seeing the same things. Or like I was telling you, this right here, the 3 dots, sometimes it'll be like 3 lines. What is this right here? 3 lines over here, you see? 3 lines like over here. This is also another way to navigate to other stuff. So there's gonna see it says if you hover over it, it says show menu. So that's gonna be you can think of it as a menus button. Okay, and look right here, you got a refresh thing right here, like you got up here. You got this right here. You can these types of buttons that are like 3 dots, they're everywhere. You see I even got a 3 dots up here. It'll let me click on stuff and look at stuff. These are see, I got this other profile button right here. See, another profile thing right here. And you see these things say add profile. You look at this, it's always going to be profile stuff. It's a picture or a picture of like a person, kind of like a thing. Now, we don't see a settings button in here, but that's fine because, I mean, this is kind of where, oh, well, wait, actually, you can scroll down. Notice how when you're looking at Windows, sometimes you got to really look at the full top of it. And at first I thought there wasn't anything at the bottom, but when you move your mouse around, you got to think your mouse is going to be able to click on and do what you want it to do. So as soon as I moved it down to that down arrow that was down here, it moved it down. And now we see another gear that says settings. This is how you just start getting to the same stuff. And same thing with this. If I want to scroll, there's no up and down arrows at the top of the page. Sometimes they will have it, but you just grab this bar right here from the side and you can pull up and down to scroll. Arrows right here are to navigate through more emails and things like that. And this right here, like we said, is your menu. Is going to bring up this stuff right here, which is going to see your social, more stuff right there. And these are just different areas we can click on that's related to the site. And same thing like this. This is another information button. It's going to click on to other things that are site related or brand related that we can click on. These are more Google things. Another way that the gears will kind of be, we see there's a gear right here. There's a profile right there. Another navigation button right there. Another type of setting button is this one right here. It looks kind of like a mixer where you know how they have the fader for the DJ table to where you can push the things left and right to raise the volume and stuff. This is another type of way for settings. So see, it'll bring up more search options and things like that. Things that I can do to make things specific if I wanted to. So notice we got 3 dots, all different types of ways to bring up more information and things like that. So let's see here. Right, we just want to think about these types of symbols. This symbol, this symbol. See, you got the same symbol right there. Same symbol right there. These all these symbols are to help you navigate on the website and to get to other things related to the website, like the home page. So usually, or you can click on the main emblem or the main thing of the website, and that'll also take you back to a main page. But since it's an email, it's just going to reload this. But let's say if I was on Google and I searched up cars and I clicked on Google again right here, it'll take me back to Google. So let's search up cars and let's just click on any random website. Now you see the 3 dots right there for more information and things like that. This is about the location. So Google has tracking purposes and things like that, just like your phone does. Now, like we said, everything is going to be at the top, right? So look, you got this search bar right there. So that's how you know you're doing searches. You can also search by voice, by speaking into it, or search by image if you had a picture to put in there. So you have all these things right there, excuse me. And you notice if you want to get to more, just like we know that this is a more kind of button that's going to bring you more stuff to navigate. It's going to bring you to more stuff to navigate. It even kind of tells you right there more, right? But if we want to get to different things, we can get to car images, right? Or car videos, right? Or car news. Or there's people that like to talk about cars. Or if we want to click on the maps, it's going to probably show us dealerships and things like that. And this will probably take a while, to load up. This is why I asked for your location code so it can show you the map. And notice, like we said, that 3-line button, right? Remember for the menus is right here again. So see, it shows me all this stuff that I can bring up. Ooh, look, it's got a scroll bar like we was talking about. Okay, if I don't want to be in this window no more, I press the X, right? Or sometimes you can just click on something that's not that window and it'll take you back to you, right? If I don't want to click on that, search that, ooh, I hit the X. Search bar, see, the same magnifying glass, right? Um, Show your past searches and all that. And then again, more things at the top that are kind of your main ideas. Well, maybe you might want to search up museums and things like that or whatever. We won't get too much deep into that because, again, we're not really here for that. But let me get back to searching up cars. Or I could either just search cars again or I could just hit the back arrow, right? Let's hit the back arrow. And I'm keep hitting it till I get back to about where I was. If I backed up too many times, well, I could just hit the forward arrow. Well, now let's get to an actual website that's about cars. So this is cars.com. See, again, you got your little three buttons right there, right? It's just the same symbol. It's everywhere. We click on what's known as the link. Again, you notice all your main car stuff is at the top. If you want to read reviews or news, videos, sell your car, if you want to look at car financing, all your main ideas and stuff you want to click to quickly navigate the site are at the top. And this is like I told you, the site emblem. So if I clicked on cars for sale, it's going to show me the cars for sale, right? Or let me click on news for cars actually, so you can see it change to something else different. Now, if I wanted to go back to where I just was, I could click on where it says home, right? This stuff right here, cookies, that's just to make sure that the things that are on the website will load up fully. You don't always have to accept them. You can just click X, which sometimes I like to do that because sometimes the website is asking for information, which not all of them asking for information is bad, but I just don't care either way. So I just always say X, right? This right here is just talking about if I had a profile for cars.com, it would automatically sign me in. And this is just my email preloaded already. But I don't want to do that because I don't have that. So I hit this X. So like I said, if I want to go to home, I can hit back to home, or I can just hit this. Or let's say I was interested. Let me scroll through some of these cars. Boom, you notice the same main idea. If I wanted to quickly scroll through all their cars, I can see the specifics right there, hatchbacks, coupes, like that, right? And then it'll actually just kind of show me things like that. EVs, SUVs, pickup trucks. See, it'll start showing me recommendations. Well, what type of pickup trucks and things like that. So then I can scroll through here and whatever. Um, Notice I've been focusing on the top of websites because most of your stuff is going to be at the top. Like we said, you got this little profile button. See, little looks like a little person, little head. Oh, look, we got those same three lines. More information, help me sign in, or something like that if I had an account, right? Um, but if you go to the bottom of the website, it'll also have the same thing at the bottom. So you notice the financing, find a car, all the stuff we were kind of seeing a little bit more listings related to selling cars and stuff like that since we're looking at cars, and it'll tell you more stuff or a site map, things like that. People will have job listings if there's jobs. They'll also have their app information, how to connect to their Facebook, Instagram, uh, TikTok, whatever they got, Pinterest. They even got a feedback tool here for you if you wanted to use it. These are all just little extra things, right, that you don't have to worry about. But your main things you want to focus on is those three lines, dashes, the three buttons, um, the things that look like that, those are going to be your navigation things. So anyway, we're going to scroll back up. So focusing on buttons that look like this, those types of buttons, these do the same type of things, right? Just like we know that this gear in here, with those gears, if we see a gear, we know that's going to take us to settings, right? If like we know if we see these three dots or we see three dashes or nine dots or a special symbol, something like that, is going to take us to a place where it's going to let us, change and get to a menu of some sort, right? To do something. So, like I said, we want to go to home, we can click here, or we can click on the website emblem, and it's going to take us back to the main place that we just were at the very beginning, right? Let's do that with another random thing. We can click on cars again, or we can let's look up cups for sale. Okay, well, since I said for sale specifically, it's going to show me advertisements for people that are selling cups. Since more than likely I'm going to end up clicking on a place to buy a cup, right? But let's click on a place called the cup store. Well, look at this first. You see, I said sponsored. To do what I'm about to do, I'm just about to left click and then drag across. And it says sponsored. Okay, that's to highlight something kind of on the page. You can do that. See, I'm highlighting stuff like that. To left click and drag it across. Right. But these sponsored ones, these are usually advertisements, and I kind of don't like to go to those because sometimes those are hit or miss. I like to keep scrolling until it'll actually start showing me websites. So I'll kind of get a little bit lower. And I mean, we know for sure, Amazon, whatever, Amazon's good. Okay, so we'll click on Amazon. We'll let Amazon load up, and look, same idea. All your basic main stuff at the top. You got a magnifying glass to search stuff. You got um, this right here. If I click on Amazon, it's going to take me back to the Amazon main page, right? But since I was looking at cups, let's stay on the cup place, right? Oh, look at what you know. Three dashes. It's going to take you to the menu to let you click on more stuff. And you got a scroll bar to scroll on stuff, right? You sign in right here. If I had an account, all that help in settings. If I had a thing to sign into, right, it would probably have a gear I could click on or something like that. Or I can click on sign in. It's gonna take me to that, to where I can sign in and all that. But I don't care for that, so I can hit this X, or I can just click on the main page. It's gonna take it away, and that's pretty much it. And I can show you this for any website. Um, let's look up like shoes. Scroll down till we see some shoes. Okay, we can go to Nike. Access denied. Hmm, I don't know. That's kind of weird. But anyways, well, what you know, let the page load up. Right over here to your right, you see the person. Right, you got your little person over here. Wait for this to come up. Well, anyways, I can highlight well, I can't. It's not gonna let me. But you can see my mouse over here. Right, you got a little person that could let me sign in if I had a profile. Right, I just clicked on it. It's bringing up a window for me to sign in. Email address. I don't need that. Okay, this finally loaded up. Okay, but anyways, email address. I don't need that. So I'm gonna hit X. What do you know? Same thing. Main ideas are at the top. Remember how I told you some websites are gonna have a special brand for their menu button. So you know Adidas is their brand, is also their menu button or their homepage button, where it's gonna take you back to the home page. See, and you got all the back to school stuff. Oh, what you know? A magnifying glass to help search. Let's see if we clicked on manager or see with some people if you gotta hover over things, it'll just bring up their menus so you can bring it to get to more precise things and things like that. And all I did was hover over men's. We scroll down to the bottom, like I was telling you, it's gonna have more links also for men's clothing, but also have their links for where to follow them, their company info, all that support, collections, more products, all that. That's literally how every website is gonna work. Every single website is gonna work that way. Um, every single website. No matter what I'm clicking on, you're gonna have some type of menu, profile, three dots, scrolling, get down to the bottom. Let me see if I can get this out the way. See, privacy policy, help, about. I guess you're kind of like a general about section at the bottom. But yeah, that's pretty much how all websites work. Um, let me see if I can think of something. I'll go to like BET, BET.com. See, three dashes for your menu. See, bought up a menu. Search over here. Your main ideas at the top. See if I hover over it, it's going to let me get to something else additional specifically for that. This is a little, some pop-ups will happen. Sometimes it's ads, sometimes it's not. It don't matter what it is. If you don't care about it, just click on out of it. All right, and then you can scroll to the website. If I scroll down to the bottom, you see their about section down here with where to follow them and stuff. And sometimes you see how I scroll down, this top part still stays with me so I can click on something else, right? Or search on something else. I don't have to just scroll back all the way to the top to get to that section, even though it'd be right here. But you see, it don't stay there until I catch up to right here. Boom. As soon as I start scrolling more, it's gonna catch it, right? So it's impossible really to mess up on anything. And if it would let you have a profile or something to sign into, probably like shop. Let's see, BET shop. I bet you over here on the top right. But top right, boom. See, it's the same symbols for everything. So that's pretty much how that works.